You are standing somewhere completely ordinary. A kitchen, a bus stop, halfway through a totally normal conversation. And then, out of nowhere, it hits you. You have been here before. Not somewhere like this. Here. This exact moment. These exact words. You are absolutely certain it has all happened before. There is just one problem. It has not. You have never lived this exact moment in your life. And yet the feeling is total. And it is completely real. So what actually just happened inside your head? The real answer is stranger than a past life. You are not remembering anything. You are catching your own brain in the middle of a lie. So let me walk you through what is really going on, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. For most of history, déjà vu belonged to the mystics. It was proof of past lives, a crack in reality, a secret message. Even the name came from a man deep into the paranormal. Émile Boirac coined the term, and he was fascinated by psychic phenomena, so the spooky reputation was baked in from day one. But then scientists got a proper look inside the brain, and they found something far less magical, and far more interesting. Déjà vu is not a window into another life. It is a very specific hiccup in how memory works. Here is the first thing to understand. Every moment you live gets checked against your memory. Your brain is always asking one quiet question. Have I seen this before? And it answers using two completely separate workers. The first one is fast, a frantic little worker. It only does familiarity, a raw gut feeling, familiar or not. That is all. The second is slower, a calm librarian, and much more thorough. It looks up the actual memory. Where, when, who. Normally these two work together perfectly. Fast one says familiar. Slow one says, here is why. It matches. You never even notice it happening. But every so often the timing slips. The frantic worker fires first, on its own. It shouts, I know this place. And the calm librarian scrambles to catch up, and comes back with absolutely nothing. That gap. Between the feeling and the missing memory, that gap is déjà vu. Quick question, because I genuinely want to know. When did déjà vu last hit you? And where were you standing? Drop it in the comments. I read them. And subscribe, because this is about to get genuinely weird. And these two workers have real names. The frantic one is the perineal cortex. Its whole job is that instant gut sense of familiar. The calm one is the hippocampus, your detailed memory and your sense of what is genuinely new. During déjà vu, these two flatly contradict each other. One insists you know this, the other insists you absolutely do not, and you are stuck in the middle, feeling both at once. We even have brain scans of this exact argument. Now here is the part that flips it all around. You would think this mismatch is a malfunction, a bug, something going wrong. It is almost the exact opposite. Think about what has to happen for you to feel it at all. Your brain has to notice the familiarity signal is wrong. It has to catch its own mistake in real time and flag it straight to you. That uneasy feeling is the flag. Déjà vu is your memory fact checking itself and winning. It is not your memory breaking. It is your memory doing quality control. The glitch you feel is actually the correction. So the next time it happens, part of you can relax. That weird little shiver means the machinery is working. But that still leaves a huge question. If there is no real memory, why does it feel so specific? A psychologist named Anne Cleary went hunting for the answer, and she did something clever. She built déjà vu on purpose. She put people in virtual reality and walked them through a scene. Say, a garden with a very particular layout. Later, she walked them through a totally different place. A museum instead of a garden. Different objects. Different everything. Except for one hidden thing. The exact same spatial layout. The paths turned the same way. The gaps sat in the same places. And people got déjà vu. Strong, real déjà vu. Their brain recognized the shape of the place without recognizing the place. So here is the unsettling truth under déjà vu. You probably have been somewhere like this before, just somewhere shaped the same, that you forgot. Your brain caught the echo and could not find the source. But layout is not the only way to trigger it. There is a second route, and it is almost funny. Sometimes déjà vu is just your brain seeing something twice. Picture this. You glance at a room, but you are distracted. a noise, your phone, a thought. So that first glance barely registers. A half-second later, you actually look, and the scene feels instantly familiar. Because it is. You saw it half a second ago. Your brain files that first blurry glimpse as an old memory. Then the second clear look matches it, and it feels ancient. 2 glances, a blink apart, mistaken for now and long ago. Just sit with that for a second. The feeling was real. The memory was never there. If that just rearranged your brain a little, you are in the right place. Subscribe and stick around. The next part is even stranger. A lot of you are thinking about something specific right now, because déjà vu often comes with a second, spookier feeling. The feeling that you know what is about to happen next. Like the future is a rerun you have already seen. Cleary tested this too, and the result is beautiful. In the déjà vu moment, she stopped people right before a turn and asked, "Do you know which way it goes?" About half of them felt totally sure they knew, so she let them guess. Here is the punchline. They were no better than random, pure chance. They felt like fortune tellers. They were flipping coins. The sense of knowing the future is not knowledge. It is just a feeling, a whole second illusion, stacked on top of the first. Your brain fakes the familiarity, then fakes the premonition to match. It is not showing you the future. It is telling you a very convincing story. You might wonder how anyone figured all this out. It starts in an operating room in the 1950s. A surgeon named Wilder Penfield was operating on the brain. His patients were wide awake, because the brain itself feels no pain. He touched different spots with a tiny electric probe, and when he touched one particular area, patients gasped. They said, "This has all happened before, on demand, with a touch." He was switching déjà vu on like a light. That was the first proof it was physical, not supernatural. Now, one honest note, because it matters. That same brain area is linked to a kind of epilepsy. So a rare few get déjà vu as a warning before a seizure. But for almost everyone, the odd déjà vu is completely harmless. It only matters if it is frequent, long, or comes with other symptoms. A normal flicker now and then is just your brain being a brain. And Penfield found something even stranger. Touch a slightly different spot, and patients did not say been here. They said, "I have dreamed this. There is a name for it. Déjà rêvé. Already dreamed." And it hints at something about that unrecalled memory. Sometimes the thing you cannot place is a dream you forgot. You did stand in a place shaped like this, just not while you were awake. Okay, now for the fun part. Try this one yourself. Déjà vu has an evil twin. It is called jamais vu, the exact opposite. Something you know well suddenly feels alien. Here is how to trigger it in about a minute. Pick a common word. Let us use door. Now say it over and over. Door, 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 door. Around 30 times is the magic number. And somewhere in there, the word stops feeling like a word. It turns into a strange noise, a random shape. That eerie feeling is jamais vu. And you just did it on purpose. Scientists ran this exact experiment. About 2/3 of people felt the word go weird. It even won a real science prize. And it proves something important. Your sense of familiar is not fixed. It is a signal that can flip either way. Déjà vu is that switch stuck on. Jamais vu is that switch stuck off. Which raises a genuinely eerie question. What if that familiarity switch gets stuck on for good? For a very small number of people, that is real life. They live in permanent déjà vu. Some stop watching television, convinced they have seen every single show. Some stop reading the news. One even refused to see a doctor, sure the visit had happened. It reveals how much that quiet familiarity feeling is doing. You never notice it until it breaks. That effortless sense of knowing your own life is doing constant invisible work. Before the final piece, I have to ask you the big one. Have you ever had déjà vu so strong it genuinely scared you? Tell me the strongest one you can remember. And if your brain quietly running the show fascinates you, subscribe. Here is one last thing almost nobody tells you. Déjà vu has an expiry pattern. It fades with age. It peaks in your teens and your 20s. Then, quietly, year by year, it happens less. And the reason is oddly poignant. Déjà vu needs your brain to catch its own error. That error catching is sharpest when you are young. As it gently slows with age, it flags fewer mistakes. So the strange truth is this. Déjà vu is partly the feeling of a young, self-correcting brain. If you get it less than you used to, that is just time quietly passing. So let us zoom all the way out. Because déjà vu points at something huge about you, you feel like memory is a recording. Press play, watch the past. It is not. Your brain rebuilds every memory, fresh, each time. Your sense of the past is not played back. It is constructed. Live right now. And déjà vu is the rare moment you catch it happening. The familiarity gets laid down a half second early, and for one strange moment, you see the seam. Which means the thing you can trust the least is certainty. That bone-deep sureness that you have been here before is generated completely separately from whether you have. So the next time the world stutters and whispers, "Been here before," you will know exactly what it is. It is your brain, mid-sentence, catching its own typo. And if your brain building reality gets you, the video on why you cannot tickle yourself is the same trick from the inside.